told me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coast will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flex. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. No, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head and when you ever overstated yourself, I never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. No, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Hey, how fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Oakland Raiders.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Plant. I got you. Hard. Check 25. Out. Hey, Sam up. Check nickel. Shoot.
They run it with Jacobs. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got to get this stop. Go on, go on.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Look at me. Go on. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
I got you, son.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Slam. Big Ed.
On first down, Huntley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You must be dreaming. Watch twist.
SOS. 36. You got tape.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Here I come. Watch out.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Stop your whining.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Jackson. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We want it. Come to my work.
2nd and 5. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Check 3. Check your hot read. Fair.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
7-7, our score after 1.
Ready. And 2 stop. Watch 54. Watch the run. Go.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
You ain't got nothing. Shoot. Check three. Shift. Pick the edge. Come. Big trip.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Track 61, matchbox lights. Wall, get wall. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yep.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Ready,
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hard.
Jumper. Check 24. Check 43.
He's coming. We got double up. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Let's go now. 15 line.
Got one.
Recon, 132 fighter.
No. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hey, watch this.
Now.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Saints' 36-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check. Hey, Sam on. Gone. Check on.
Jacobs now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check. Lucky. Greystone, travel. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd down now, Huntley. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Under 10, 10.
On third down, Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick, it is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run. This is Kamara. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
And the Saints first down.
Hey, 42 is the mic. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Mike 42. Hey, let's get in that hole. Hey, switch gears. Rush in. Check 26.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
All day, every day, any day. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Leo.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Quick update from Levi's Stadium, and it's the 49ers scoring again to open up their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Jackson. The Sanders has got it, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They go play action with Jackson. And this is Cook with the grab. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll run. Murray. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Jackson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got you, boy.
Now, to throw again, Lawrence. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
You draw Corker.
On third down, Huntley, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, Alpha. Hey.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And the Saints first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Fofo to Mike. Mike Fofo. Got to do better.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again. 56.
2nd and 9 now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
Here we go. Here we go. Number 4. Check Mike 42. Time to go right now. Check 42.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jackson, flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson now. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
36.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now fourth down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
It's a turnover on downs.
Got it.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Huntley. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Stand up.
Check 3, check 3. Check your hot read. Watch twins. Watch twins. Check 37.
Score. Let's go. Let's do.
They'll keep it on the ground. Huntley. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shift. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Ready. 60 or. 54. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Go.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Rip right.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Oakland, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.